Hi everybody, thanks for watching my channel. Please help me grow my channel by subscribing, sharing, liking, and comment. A lot of you watch my content, so please subscribe. It's free and would help me a lot. With that said, enjoy today's story. Title: The Devil's Whispers. In the sun-soaked streets of Tijuana, Baja California, the air was thick with a blend of sizzling street tacos, the scent of marigolds from nearby vendors, and the whispers of a forgotten tale that shook the very roots of the community. It was a place where the vibrant colors of culture masked the eerie shadows lurking beneath, cravings for something more profound than mere daily pleasures. Among its children was a girl named Luz. Luz was a curious creature of 10, with wild curls of chestnut hair that bounced around her sun-kissed cheeks. Her laughter rang through the narrow alleyways, echoed down the streets as she played with the neighborhood children. But where others sought sanctuary in laughter, Luz found herself drawn to the abandoned church at the edge of the neighborhood, a decaying stone structure that stood defiantly against the passage of time. The church, San Martin, was a husk of its former glory, its entrance shrouded in tendrils of overgrown vines. Dark clouds seemed to hover over it always, casting a permanent shadow on the dusty ground. Parents warned their children to stay away from that cursed place. They whispered of ancient rituals, of blood offerings once made to dark entities, but to the adventurous Luz, they might as well have been stories to frighten the ignorant. One day, as the last rays of sunlight retreated behind the distant mountains, Luz felt an irresistible pull towards the church. Stepping through the creaking wooden door, she was greeted by a silence that smothered the air. Dust danced in the fading light, swirling like lost spirits in search of a reckoning. She wandered deeper into the sanctuary, marveling at the remnants of vibrant frescoes that had begun to rot away, unrecognizable and fragmented. In one of the corners, hidden from most of the world, Luz discovered a small altar, covered in cobwebs and draped with tattered cloth. Curiosity igniting her spirit, she swept the cloth aside and revealed what lay beneath, a crude depiction of a figure with twisted horns, its eyes burning with a malevolent glow. The engraving had long since faded, but its aura remained potent, filling the air with an unsettling chill. That evening, as a heavy fog rolled in, enveloping the streets of Tijuana in an eerie mist, Luz knelt before the altar, her youthful mind teeming with questions. She had heard the older children whisper about a spirit, a powerful being named Lucifer. They painted him as an alluring figure, a master of temptation who could grant desires so long as one offered something in return. Lucifer, she whispered timidly, uncertain yet enticed, if you're listening, I ask for a friend. Someone true. The words slipped from her lips like a secret, a promise she didn't fully understand. But as she rose, a strange flicker danced in the corners of her vision, dimming the fading candles above her. Goosebumps prickled her skin, and a soft chuckle echoed faintly in the hollow space. The church, once a solemn ruin, became a realm animated by an unseen presence. The following days took a sharp turn. A new boy named Mateo joined the neighborhood, his striking features capturing the fancy of all the children. He was intelligent and charming, seemingly appearing from nowhere, and he quickly became Luz's closest companion. They shared secrets, climbed walls, explored the darkest corners of Tijuana together as though they were bound by fate. Yet as their friendship blossomed, shadows gathered around Luz. Whispers rippled through the air, warnings from the old villagers who watched in silence. Stay away from that boy, they cautioned. His smile hides darkness. But Luz, enthralled by his charisma, dismissed their fears as silly superstitions. As night descended upon Tijuana, Lily began to witness eerie changes in Mateo. Sometimes, he would stare vacantly into space, the light in his eyes extinguishing, leaving only murky depths. His laughter would morph into something unsettling, a sinister edge tinged with discord. In those moments, Luz felt a chill encircle her heart, but the bond they formed was too strong to question. One evening, hiding behind the church, they devised a plan to summon more power from the darkness, an idea that gleamed in Mateo's imaginative mind. Hesitant yet caught up in the thrill, Luz agreed. With candles and offerings gathered from the temple, twisted roots, marigold petals, and scraps of their broken toys, they prepared the space. Mateo spoke incantations, his voice a low murmur that harmonized with the rustling leaves. Luz followed his lead, her heart drumming wildly. Suddenly, the air thickened, temperature dropping as if the atmosphere was suffocating her. An unholy wind swept through the clearing, extinguishing the candles and consuming their flickering light. Mateo's eyes took on an otherworldly glow, the once warm gaze now a pitch-black void that reflected nothing. Luz stepped back in alarm, her heart pounding in her chest like a war drum. Luz, my dear friend, Mateo hissed, voice distorted and layered with something ancient and terrifying. You summoned me, and I offer you the true fulfillment of friendship, endless joy, boundless power. Luz felt a surge of dread clawing at her insides. Stop it, Mateo. This isn't right. She stumbled backward, the weight of his promise hanging heavy around her neck. She turned to run, to escape the grasping shadows, but they coiled around her ankles, binding her to the earth. With desperate resolve, she lifted the marigolds, the fragrant petals dissolving in her palms as tears streamed down her cheeks. Lucifer, she cried, her voice emerging from the depths of her soul. I only wanted a friend, not this. Please take it away. Suddenly, the wind stilled, silence blanketed the area as Mateo wailed like a creature cornered by fear. The shadows, for one terrifying moment, froze before retreating, dissolving into the night. The boy collapsed to the ground, gasping, his eyes returning to their natural hue, lost yet haunted. In the days that followed, the haunting presence ebbed away, but so too did Mateo, who vanished as suddenly as he had arrived, leaving no trace behind, only memories tinged with unease. Luz found herself standing outside the church, its facade still crumbling but now devoid of the whispering shadows that once haunted her. Years later, as she left Tijuana for good, Luz carried the weight of her childhood's secret deep within her heart, a burden nestled between innocence and terror. Even now, roaming the paths of her new life, the whispers of the little girl who prayed to Lucifer echoed in her mind, a constant reminder that some friendships are forged in darkness, and some doors, once opened, can never truly be closed.